welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, I'm Annie. Hi, welcome, glad you're here. I talk about mainly hairstyles, hair products, hair tips. Sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of skincare as well as fashion, but not really, it's mainly hair. So if you like that kind of content, like this video, comment down if you have any questions or hairstyles that you want me to do, but also subscribe so that you never miss a video for all of these hairstyles, hair tips, tricks, all that kind of stuff. Also, I'm gonna link my Pinterest down below. That's where I do a lot of really quick and simple hairstyles. So without further ado, wait, did I even say what this video is about? I don't think so. We're gonna be talking about clear hair elastics and how to use them, how to make sure you're using them correctly without damaging your hair, and just kind of some tips when using them because they suck, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like wearing them because they can damage your hair, but sometimes they are also very necessary for certain hairstyles. So let's just jump on into the video. Okay, to start off with, I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I have right now. Okay, so this is the Sakuni, I think that's how you say it, I don't know. You get these at Target. I bet you could get them off of Amazon. I'll link some down below. But this I feel like is a better brand than the Goody ones. Personal preference, these ones will still break, but I'll get to my tips in a second. But yeah, they come with 300. I recently got this pack from Sephora for $100, or sorry, no. 100 clear hair elastics, but they were $8. They look exactly the same. I just haven't broken into these yet because I still have these poly bands. It's just a matter of how you use them. So let's just get into now the next tip. The tip is to double up because if one breaks, then you have a backup one. If it's more of a hairstyle where, for example, if you tie it off here and then you do something and then you bobby pin it, there's like two ways to secure your hair. You have the elastics and you have a bobby pinned. In that case, I won't always double up on my poly bands or clear hair elastics, but if it's like I'm just doing a hairstyle like this, tying it, then I will double up because I do not want it to break. If it breaks when it's, pinned, the pins are gonna help secure it. Not all the time, because sometimes you don't put enough bobby pins, but yeah. The next one is to only tie it like twice around your hair, putting it around and like squeezing it so tight. Okay, that looks gross. But because there's so much tension on it, because also they're not the best quality, if you only have one and you're doing it so tight around your hair, it's going to most likely break. And it's gonna be a pain to get out of your hair if you do it that tight. So depending on how thick of like the ponytail is, most of the time I only do two. If I were to do a braid, I would probably wrap it, maybe 3 times. But good rule of thumb, just wrap it around your hair twice so that it's not so tight, but it's still secure. Only use them once, okay? You use them, you stretch them, you're done. So like, let's say you were to do a hairstyle in the morning and you're like, oh, I like it. And then you're like, okay, no, this actually looks really bad. Take it out and throw it away. That might seem wasteful, but once you try to put it in your hair again, because you already manipulated it, it's not as sturdy as it once was, okay? Now, let's get into trying to make sure, or ensuring that you don't damage, rip out your hair, break your hair, all that kind of stuff when you're using them, okay? So my first tip is when you are using clear hair elastics, poly bands, you need to make sure that your hair is clear, okay? You don't want to be tying your hair like this and all these little tiny things getting stuck in the rubber band. You want to make sure that it is just the hair in the poly band and there's not anything else, okay? Because when you're ready to take it out, that is when it is going to rip out your hair and even break it off, and then you're gonna have little baby hairs and it's gonna suck. Okay, so sometimes I know even I get this way. Either I get lazy or it's like the type of hairstyle where I do have to have like a little bit of looseness or other pieces of hair get in it. Sometimes you just can't avoid it, okay? And this is especially good Sorry, there is a hair. This is especially good, this next tip, for if you do like little girl hair, because even if you're pulling it out gently, which is the next tip, it can still hurt them. So get these little, I think these are actually called hair tie cutters. They are awesome. Once again, you do have to be careful with these because if you aren't, you could potentially be cutting some hair. But you just kind of get it in the top of the poly band, and it's like an envelope cutter. I don't know if people use them anymore, but like my grandparents did. It's just kind of like that same concept. You just go through and snip it. It's a lot better than using scissors. Like, of course you could use scissors, but this is just a quick slip and it's done. Okay, and then lastly, when you are taking it out, don't yank it. I almost also say don't try to unravel it. You don't want to unravel it. You very gently want to take your fingernails, not really even your fingertips, more of like your fingernails, hold it taut at the top, or like, you know, the top of where the ponytail is being held, and slide it down. Now, if it gets caught or snagged, you know, it sometimes happens. Just slowly pull it out. If it gets too like, you're like, something's gonna pull, use the cutter, okay? So that's why you always wanna have that as a backup because, okay, I tell you, like when you do it gently, it will just slip out of your hair. If you do like the first step that I said, where your hair is completely clear, then it's a lot easier to remove it. So those are like my quick tips. Those are like just good things to remember every day, day to day when you're using clear poly bands. Now, if you guys have some poly bands that you don't have to double up, that don't snag, please leave them in the comments below and let me know because I mean, I would love to not have to double up or throw away after the first use, but I mean, also they're like cheap and, you know, to each their own. So I hope that this is helpful. Let me know if it is. If it is, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.